Hi, I'm Norm Delson of Delson Computer in Charleston, South Carolina, and this is using the cloud effectively. Okay, what is the cloud? Well, it's a pretty confusing topic, and to try to explain it in the 7 minutes that I have is going to be pretty difficult. Suffice to say, there's lots of acronyms and conflicting opinions about the experts as to what to call everything. When my 11-year-old daughter Natalie asked me what the cloud was, it was about 3 weeks ago, driving her to school. I said, well, Nat, it usually means that the games that you play and the homework that you worked on the computer are no longer stored on the PC. They're out on the internet, on servers. And you access your homework and you access the games and stuff via the internet. Now, the cloud isn't new. If you have had GoDaddy or some web hosting company host your website, you checked your bank balance, you checked your Gmail or Yahoo Mail, you've already used the cloud. And when considering it, you need to really be specific about what your needs are going to be. What are you looking to host on these computers, these servers out in the cloud? Are you looking just to store your email, your backups? I mean, some folks go to the lengths of actually storing their entire servers. And we'll cover some common cloud examples, some vendors that provide solutions and advice on the next set of slides to get you better familiar and more effective at the cloud. Email, calendar, contacts. These are all very, very popular things to move to the cloud. But these vendors that offer these services are not all equal. You have to really be careful about them bolting on costs and doing a lot of bait and switch. Do diligence on the vendor. Ask them, do they provide white glove concierge service, $100, $150 to help you do migration of all of your contacts and your calendar and your email? Do they offer security? Have them explain security to you. What's their support like? Do they publish uptime statistics, which we'll get into? Is spam filtering or smartphone connectivity going to cost you extra? There's one vendor that charges, I think, $10 or $11 per smartphone a month. If you need encryption or email archiving, do they offer that? What are the size limits per mailbox? How much for overage? What's the maximum number of messages you can send per day? That's important if you guys market. Is support included? Is it 24-hour? Is it toll-free? Or do I have to email you instead of calling you? What's the average call wait time? It's really important to check your vendors' backgrounds. I run DMBs if I can, if the opportunity allows. I really go over the internet for a history of complaints, and if I can, I ask for references in the local area that are using their service so I can call them, and I do that. If you're first dipping your feet into the cloud, I really strongly consider offsite data backup or document management sharing. These are the Carbonite users, the Dropbox users. These are great solutions for just getting started. You can start small, maybe on one PC, and you can just keep growing. I don't recommend that you put your entire document library out in the cloud first. You have to understand that when you're doing this, there's security issues. You want to, again, contact the vendor and find out about security. Have them explain how it works. If you're extending access to your documents, what are the risks involved to you? Say, for example, if you're extending them to employees that decide they want to leave, can you shut off access? Some of these vendors' solutions are certified by the Cloud Security Alliance, which is a growing initiative for vendors to get certified by. Other issues are ethics. I know the South Carolina Bar has posted specifically a list of due diligence questions on its website. Regardless of whether you're an attorney or not, you guys should check this out because it is a good list of questions to assist attorneys with choosing cloud vendors. Some bars, Pennsylvania, there's a couple other bars have gone to lengths of actually choosing vendors. South Carolina chose, well, they're not choosing, but they're recommending strongly that you go with a particular vendor for cloud backup called Core Vault. Again, their requirements are not going to be necessarily the same as yours. So, point being, though, is check with your professional board. If you're an attorney, medical doctor, whatever your profession is. Very important to consider vendor solutions that are market leaders. There's a high churn rate in this space. A lot of vendors coming and going. So find out how long your vendor's been in business, and if you can, try to see what their market share is. In terms of doing backup, make sure your data is going to be able to be restored quickly. Ask them how long will it take. If they can't tell you right up, then you need to calculate or have somebody do that for you. You can't go 4 or 5 days without your data in some cases. Can this solution back up data off my external drive? Folks use a lot of external drives, and some of these solutions don't provide external drive backup. Can we schedule backups at nighttime or throttle the backups during the day, so that if you're using cloud solutions during the day, your backups aren't bleeding into your day and causing internet speed issues? Are there size limits to files that can be backed up? Do you offer emergency restore procedures for a fee? Say, for example, if you've got a ton of data out there, can they just burn it to a hard drive and send it back to you? Some vendors don't offer that. For document solutions where you're managing documents, can you work offline in case the internet goes down? Some of these solutions do have that ability. Last but not least, this is hardcore. This is advanced cloud stuff. This is where your IaaS, when you're putting your servers or your PCs or your phone system into the cloud. Here, like all other solutions, you live by the cloud, you die by the cloud. If your internet goes down, your apps, your access to your data, your infrastructure, all down. It's, in most cases, that is. Critical that you have reliable, fast internet connections in your office. You want to focus on these vendors that are offering excellent security, toll-free support, and uptime. Uptime's a big, big deal here. Uptime is usually expressed as a percentage, and it should be posted on their website. If they don't, you need to follow up and find out what this is. Important, very important to consider a local computer company like mine for helping you do research on the vendors, for helping you implement, and helping you longer term. You will still need IT help, you just won't need it as much. Consider gathering quotes for multi-homing if you have critical infrastructure or critical apps. There's a lot of, this is a growing momentum right now in Charleston, where you can buy a DSL line and a Comcast line, and if the DSL goes down, your whole infrastructure switches over to your Comcast line. This is not expensive, folks. I would really consider looking at this if you're worried about the internet connection. Alright, so in summary, the cloud isn't new. It just means that the software and the data that you're using are not on your computer network. They're somewhere else, and they're accessible through the internet. When you want to go to the cloud, know what you want to do. Ask yourself specifically, do I want to host my backups, my email, and document that. That will go a long way in helping you accomplish what you want to do and get better responses from folks like me and vendors that you may talk to for helping you get a good solution. Start out slow, successively larger goals later. You want fast, reliable internet connections. Choose a computer company that has cloud experience, like mine, that can help you research and locate you solutions to meet your needs. Leave it up to them to come back to you with a solution that will match your current needs, but also be extensible enough to give you flexibility to grow down the road. In closing, my name is Norm Delson of Delson Computer. If you'd like a copy of this presentation, just send us a request to info@delsoncomputer.com. Following this are 2 more detailed slides I really didn't have enough time to go into, but I want you to kind of review. That will give you some ideas of things that you can do in the cloud that you may not have even thought about, like having an HR department, hiring through the cloud, you name it. Really interesting stuff. If you're interested, pause this video, check them out, or just write me and I'll send you a PDF of this presentation. Thanks for listening again. This is Norm Delson of Delson Computer in Charleston, South Carolina. Thanks.